Okay, well, one of the things I think is very interesting that my steps outlined is it's important to use condoms even if you're in a long-term relationship. So I think a lot of people who are in monogamous relationships think they don't really need to use them anymore. What is your response to those people?
Yeah, so I think we all love the romantic idea that once you're in a committed relationship, condoms are they almost become sort of taboo because we trust each other. Thing is, research tells us that multiple concurrent partners, the fact that lots of us have multiple partners simultaneously, that is alive and well, that is with us, and it hasn't really significantly changed. So I think we need to respond to that, and we need to appreciate that your partner's history, him or her, is actually with you in bed. So yes, it does require looking at our sex lives in a different way, and it requires deep and meaningful conversations, difficult to have conversations.
Yeah.
So a tip, don't start having those conversations in the heat of the moment.
Right, that might be awkward.
Yeah, and not very successful.
Yes. Okay, so I think I know the answer to this question because you've just elaborated on it, but I guess if you're in a couple and the woman is on the pill, say, and you do choose to not use a condom and you are getting regular STI checks, are there dangers to still not using a condom in that scenario?
So contraception's used correctly, whichever type of contraception it is, prevents unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah.
Contraception has no bearing on HIV and STIs. So therefore it is important, even when you've selected a good contraceptive method, and preferably a long-acting, long-term method, so that you don't have to be concerned with it on a daily basis. Yeah. You should use dual protection, because that's actually giving you the protection against a whole host of STIs, and the human piece.
What's dual protection?
Using a condom as well as your preferred method of contraception.
Okay.
So if you have an IUD, or if you're on the pill, or you have the injectable, you should still be using a contraception. And maybe that's the part where, and maybe I think women and men, because I see from our clients at our clinics, it's difficult for both men and women to negotiate condom use. And perhaps we need to make it something likened to, play in bed and, a sex toy, rather than something to protect me, because that becomes a loaded conversation that's steeped in blame and guilt and suspicion, and moral judgment, in fact. So my proposal would be, let's leave all of that behind. Let's move away from that, and let's look at what condoms bring to the sexual relationship. Because the bottom line is, the happier and the more exciting a sexual relationship is, the more inclined that relationship is to remain monogamous.